Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for organic Bible study that's artisanally made and guaranteed fresh every day. Well, today we're looking at Psalm 94, verses 5 through 11. We're going to take a big bite today. Today's portion talks about the request that they made in the first part in verses 1 through 4. Remember yesterday, the request for judgment, the request for God to bring vengeance. Now, that's not vengeance like we would bring. We would bring vengeance and anger. This is God bringing vengeance or justice and righteousness. And the request is, there in verse 2, render a reward to the proud. And then, of course, the question, how long, comes up there in 3 and 4. God to whom vengeance belongs, judge of the earth, render a reward. So that's the request. That is the central feature in what goes on there in 1 through 4. The Lord God to whom vengeance belongeth, render a reward. Who's he going to render this reward to? Well, the proud is described there in 2. And then, what do we have? The wicked show up again, there in verse 3, and the workers of iniquity. You know, I tell you what, if there is one constant character that continues to show up in the Psalter, it's the wicked and the workers of iniquity. We see them over and over and over again. There's this constant battle, this back and forth between those who are following the Lord or the blessed man, and we're going to see the blessed man tomorrow in this psalm, between the blessed man and between the wicked or the workers of iniquity. So again, we're continuing to build our definition of the workers of iniquity. This is something we've really already seen about them, that they're proud. They have pride of heart. Now look at verses 5 through 11. They break in pieces thy people, O Lord, and afflict thine heritage. They slay the widow and the stranger, and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, the Lord shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Understand, ye brutish among the people, and ye fools, when will ye be wise? He that planted the ear, shall he not hear? He that formed the eye, shall he not see? He that chasteneth the heathen, shall he not correct? He that teacheth man knowledge, shall he not know? The Lord knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. So the wicked, the workers of iniquity, are doing stuff we've seen them do before. They're attacking God's heritage. They afflict thine heritage. They break in pieces thy people. They slay the widow, the fatherless, the stranger. And then verse 7 comes straight out of Psalm 9 and 10. They say, the Lord shall not see. They don't think God is paying any attention because they don't believe in God. And then you'll notice they're also called foolish. There in verse 8, ye fools, when will you understand? Well, of course they're fools. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. And if you're saying to yourself, God's not going to see this, well, you really don't believe that he's God. Because if he's God, of course he sees it. Of course he knows. And then we have this beautiful description of the Lord's person here. He that planted the ear, shall he not hear? If God made my ear, do you think that he can't hear what you have to say? If God made my eye, do you really think that he can't see what your hands are up to? He that chastens the heathen, shall he not correct? He that teacheth man knowledge, shall he not know? So he sees, he hears, he knows. And really that statement there in 10, he that chastens the heathen, is warning. He that chastens the heathen, shall he not correct? You see, what you're doing is wickedness. What you're doing is iniquity. And you're saying God's not going to see this. You better understand something, that the God who chastens the heathen, he'll chasten you as well. He'll correct you. And he's going to do it in a way that is very strict. The Lord knows the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. There it is. The thoughts of man are vain and empty. There's nothing there to them at all. And God's coming to judge because the request has been made. All right, now tomorrow we'll pick up there we're going to read 12 through 15 tomorrow, but that begins the second section of this psalm, which is the response to this first part of vengeance. Okay, I hope you'll join me tomorrow. Don't miss it on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.